What is up, and welcome to What I Eat in a Day with a fresh baby to support my postpartum and breastfeeding journey. For breakfast this morning, we are making an oat milk matcha latte. This is new for me, part of my attempt to not jump right back into coffee and consuming way too much caffeine post-pregnancy, as I have heard that caffeine, at least in the way that I do it, which is always to the extreme, can make your baby fussy if you are breastfeeding. So that is our drink. And for actual breakfast, I am making a breakfast cookie, which is essentially the same as making baked oats, but you make it a little bit thicker, you press it all together, you bake it, you get a cookie. Little lady is upstairs for a change and I can hear her crying and it is killing me. I think that's why I like the baby wearing so much, because she's just physically on me like all the time. But after breakfast is when I have my supplements. So I have a very low-key routine. In postpartum, I've continued taking my prenatal vitamins. I just got these at the grocery store, nothing crazy. I checked the label to make sure they had about the right amounts of everything. When I bought these, I was obviously still pregnant, so I was really looking at that DHA value for brain development. I've also been taking stool softener literally from the day I had baby, because one of my biggest fears, I guess, post-baby was that first poop post, as I've just heard all kinds of things, and knowing that if there's an opportunity to have tummy problems, they're probably going to affect me. So I did 2 capfuls, which is like a double dose for the first 3 or 4 days, basically until I had that first poop. And I can say it was not as scary as I thought it was gonna be. It was actually completely fine, but I just really worked myself up over it. And then there is my OG, the Seed Daily Symbiotic. I've been taking this for well over a year. I took it before pregnancy, I took it throughout my pregnancy, I've been taking it now that I've been breastfeeding. It is pregnancy and breastfeeding safe. The Daily Symbiotic is a 2-in-1 prebiotic and probiotic. So during pregnancy, I loved this because it helped with ease of bloating and promoting regularity, keeping things moving, which was really helpful because during pregnancy, your body actually slows down digestion so you can extract as many nutrients as possible from food. So yes, during pregnancy, you may struggle with constipation, but postpartum, you may struggle with constipation for different reasons. When you give birth, as well as during pregnancy, there is a ton of strain put on your pelvic floor. There are muscles that may be too tight. There are muscles that may be too relaxed. I know for me, when I was first going pee after having baby, and then when I finally had that first poop postpartum, I struggled when I sat down on the toilet to fully relax my muscles. Add constipation in the mix, and that only makes this harder because now not only are you struggling to know which muscles to relax, which muscles to engage to go to the bathroom, but you might also be straining and putting excess pressure on an area that's already very sensitive. So if you want to check out Seed for yourself, I'll put a link in the description box down below, as well as a code to save 15% off your first month supply. What is up? So little lady and I just got back from baby club, which is something new we're doing. Obviously, everything is new at this point, but basically it's a social club through the doulas that I worked with for her birth that brings together other new moms that they worked with. So very exciting. I mean, I think I got kind of dressed up. I put on an outfit. It's breastfeeding friendly. I'm doing my best, but I am now hangry, so we're gonna go make some lunch. For lunch today, we are starting with one of my staple base recipes. This is a high protein coleslaw. Many days I will just mix in shredded chicken with this if I'm feeling really lazy for a super easy salad. But today we are going to layer it with barbecue pulled chicken and then stuff that all in a sweet potato to, honestly, I don't know, just make something a little bit fancy because I'm showing it to you and I feel like I should have something a little bit more put together looking. So I am currently prepping a snack for little lady as well as for myself. I just finished pumping. So for my little snack, very basic, I just have some baby carrots, snap peas, and hard-boiled eggs. I buy these pre-washed and cut at the store, saves me time, makes it easier to eat my greens. I know those are orange. And then these I just prepped in like 10 minutes and I batch prep them so I can just grab them out of the fridge. I love breastfeeding. One thing I did not expect was how quickly this time would become sacred to me and how defensive or protective I would get around my feeds. Can't really explain it. Maybe it's just because I'm a first time mom and everything's new for me and, you know, I'm protecting everything. But I do love being able to provide for her in that way and just having kind of that special time selfishly between us to do our thing. So it was a little tough. This week we started introducing some bottle feeds. I started pumping because Jeff wanted to have the option to be able to feed her, which totally get it. And I mean, from a practical standpoint, probably smart, because there will no doubt be a time where I can't pause for a feed and I still want her to be able to eat. So I did start pumping. I think it's been going well. I don't really know. I mean, I don't know what a good supply is. Of course, there was that initial learning curve of, you know, how to use the pump, when to pump, how long to pump, all that jazz. And I'm still not really in a routine with it. I just kind of do it intuitively based on how I'm feeling, how the boobs are looking. But I just pumped these two little ladies, which I never really got the saying, don't cry over spilt milk before. I don't know if they were talking about breast milk, but I definitely get it now because it is hard work. So I think what I'm gonna do is consolidate those into one bottle, then take the leftovers, put it in a little freezer bag, pop that in the freezer for later. For dinner tonight, we are having a meal from one of my favorite local meal delivery companies. So this is Spatula. The whole idea is that the meals are delivered in components, frozen, and all you need to make them is a spatula, as well as a couple pots and pans, whatever stuff you already have in your house. So tonight we're having the sweet soy braised beef. I've had this one a bunch of times. It's always my recurrent order because I love the braised beef, but kabocha squash is just, if you haven't tried it, get on it. Plus, the company was co-founded by my friend Wallace, and he actually curated this dish. Not sponsored, just love him, known him forever, want to support him. Little lady is currently sleeping. I'm gonna try to eat quickly before we need to do another feed, but that is about what I eat in a day on this postpartum journey. I feel like I always need to make the disclaimer. This is unique to my needs, unique to my body and what I feel my body is telling me. And to be honest, this isn't even what I would eat every day. Like, it changes day to day, especially with breastfeeding. My hunger has fluctuated like crazy. There are some days where I'm super hungry, other days where I'm like, meh, not really interested, and just kind of nibbling or snacking throughout the day. This is definitely a stage of my journey where there is zero consistency. There is no routine. What I'm doing day to day is changing. I am just doing my best to listen to my body, take care of my baby, eat some protein, get my veggies, all while working on very little sleep. So I'm doing my best. If you want to check out the Seed Daily Symbiotic I mentioned at the start of the video, I will put that link in the description box down below, as well as a code to save 15% off your first month's supply. Otherwise, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.